Hi everybody. Well, we're on part 3 and again I am late as as expected. I'm actually supposed to be on date night right now. So we got our wires crossed. Sean thought I was finishing this yesterday and booked a beautiful table for dinner. So I'm just in the midst of getting ready so that I'm not super late. We've changed the table so I could be here and speak to all of you. So I'm not going to keep you on your Friday evening, but I do want us to get super excited about the last stage that I want to talk about within this course, which is how do we get there? Kind of the most important. Yeah, it's probably the one that you all are interested in the answer to. So we've talked about where we are, and that's always really important on any healing journey, is looking at where we are. If we can't look at where we are, then we can't change anything or transform or evolve. Everything is about awareness and presence in the moment. So that's really, really important. And that's why we did a bit of a 6 healing sounds meditation. There's going to be plenty of other meditations like this. I'm going to share little snippets of meditations for you to do each morning throughout the course. We'll have different themes each week. It's all going to be self-paced, but also with guidance from me to help you get the most out of it and help you get the most out of your everyday. So the practices, the daily practices will be part of what we're creating. And doable daily practices as well. Not adding more to your already to-do busy list, but more along the lines of practices that give you that space, that headspace, that emotional release, that release through challenging times, that start to the day, that energizing burst, that kind of helper. So practices that you do every morning are supposed to set up your day, and they shouldn't be things that we kind of dread or don't want to do or don't see the benefit of. So we'll be playing with that and really finding out what works for all of you as we go. So we've also talked yesterday about where we want to go. And so again, this is super important, talking about finding our dreams and looking at what we desire out of our life. Like, what are we doing now and where are we wanting to go? Where are we wanting to lead our life? What's our purpose? What are we here for? So some kind of fundamental on the surface stuff, but actually the best way to establish these everyday things that we want to be doing, especially if we've forgotten and we're not sure what things we love anymore, can be by looking deeper and asking the deeper questions. And I'm going to teach you how to ask the deeper questions and how to listen for answers. And we'll be using meditation for this and journaling and also oracle readings, which I'll be doing for all of you. So each of you individually will have an individual oracle reading with me at some point throughout the course at your chosen point. But also we'll be doing group card readings each week to help guide the week. We're also obviously going to be in sisterhood, so it's a great opportunity to connect with other women also on this healing journey, wanting to transform, wanting to feel better, wanting to feel energized, wanting to feel like they're reclaiming their life and their power and have some more time for them. So I'm having a hot flush right now, and this perfect timing reminds me of my journey at the moment and the things that I also want to added in help you with, which is such a big thing. And this is balance in our system, in ourselves as women. So for a lot of us, we're out of balance. And I say this not to make us feel bad, but to show that the world at the moment isn't really supporting us as women to be in our flow, in our cycles healthily, whether we are having cycles or not, in ourselves. So I have reproductive problems, which I've been really journeying through lots of different ways to heal. And so I'm going to share some of these amazing insights with you. But sadly, our systems of our healthcare are only really interested in us as women when we're wanting to have babies. So I don't know whether any of women that have already gone into menopause in a sort of natural way feel this way, but there's a lot of taboo about talking about menopause. There's a lot of taboo about talking about perimenopause and other things that can affect women: endometriosis, cysts, polycystic ovary syndrome, And I've looked into a lot of these things. I'm learning healing modalities, which look at us as a whole, as a woman. So being told as a woman that your hormone imbalance, which is causing chaos in your life, is not of interest to anyone because you're not yet wanting to have babies, or because you're past the point of having babies, is really not something we want to hear and is not fair. And just a little side note, most of the time, just taking hormones isn't our best or most ideal option for our bodies. So everybody has their own journey, but we'll be exploring some ways to be able to balance our hormones and our cycles and ourselves in the most holistic way possible. So looking at reasons why. And one of the big things that can cause a lot of these things, which can sound really weird if you've heard this for the first time, but it's shame around sex and our energy and our femininity. So we're really going to take a big portion of this course looking at sacred femininity and sexual deconditioning. So that's peeling away all the conditioning we have around sex, around pleasure, around our bodies. There's a lot of shame. I see beautiful women being shamed of their bodies and how they hold themselves and how they share their bodies with the world and with themselves and with their partners. And so we're going to travel and explore this, as well as deconditioning, stripping away different orgasm ideas about orgasm and about pleasure and sexual liberation. So really, really juicy stuff, and stuff that is a big taboo and is something that I've wanted to talk about for so long. And I myself have been part of that taboo. And a lot of my problems, my challenges right now are because of those taboos, because of sexual shame, because of sexual trauma, and not being able to talk about that. Some of the things that I've been through, which I'm sure is the same with all of you, I've never ever told anybody. Why? Why aren't we sharing? We're in a sisterhood and we should be able to share. And I don't like shoulds, but in an ideal world, we would let this out. And if we don't, where does it stay? It stays in our body. Shame, trauma, bad habits, misunderstanding about our pleasure, even anatomy, even our female anatomy is totally misunderstood by the world. So we're going to be going over that. So that's a big part of how we get there. And I'm going to show you how and how important this is. And then the last part that I'm going to talk about for now is our rebalancing or restoring our connection with nature. So we're going to have some amazing activities getting us back out into nature, feeling into nature and seeing nature as this brilliant, brilliant guide that it is to help us feel better and find balance and have the best life we can. So I'm not going to go much more into that, but it's going to be fabulous and I can't wait. These are some of the things that you guys have seen me do and know that I love, and I'm going to share them with you. And it's going to be beautiful. Sharing them just makes it so much more magical. And through Qigong as well, one of our energy work modalities, we're going to be bringing that energy from nature into our bodies, and finding out how we can spread that around our body and share it with all of our body, and especially the parts that need healing. So the other thing that I want to talk to you about is belief work. So underneath all of this, as I said about the sexual deconditioning, is beliefs. So we're going to look at our beliefs, working individually with me and also as a group, our belief systems that are holding us in place. And that will be really the deep, deep stuff that we do underneath everything else. So I've got loads of layers to this, and it's really going to be transformational. We're going to have some Ayurveda along the way, which is the kind of sister science to yoga, something I'm really, really interested in, which I don't share very much, and also nutrition. So lots of nutrition ideas, lots of ways of feeling better inside and out. A lot of this stems from our digestive system, the emotions we're holding there, the foods that we're putting into our body, and the thoughts that we put into our digestive system. So you're probably asking, she said that wrong? I have not said that wrong. Our gut is our second brain, and it really, really is where we feel a lot of our emotions. So all of this is totally intertwined. You know, I'm watching that intertwinedness, is that a word? That beautiful ecosystem and the way that all of this connects. within myself with my hormone digestive issues. I see my mood affect my hot flushes, affect my tummy, then back to my mood because I've eaten the wrong thing, and then my mind is irritated, and then that causes a hot flush or an imbalance. So it just goes round and round, and you might be experiencing the same thing. A lot of foods can flare up cysts for people. We're eating inflammatory foods that make us inflamed inside, which means our endocrine system, our hormone system, can't work at its best. So there's just tons. 7 weeks isn't really enough, but I'm going to give you as much as I can in a way that you're going to have this stuff for life, and that you're going to be able to access it. And we're going to make it experiential. As I said, we're going to be doing this stuff and trying it and watching it help us. So I'm going to stop there. I am wanting to share this course with you. We're going to be starting next week. I'm so excited. I'm still offering 20% off. So anybody, this is my first ReWilding. It's our first version of this. So it's going to be more expensive next time we do it. So if you're on the fence, this is the time to do it. You're getting 20% off the already reduced price, because I really want people to get this magic. It's such a shame if we just can't come together and share this magic. So it's really going to be transformative, and that you that wants to be calm and more peaceful and more energized and more in control of your life and how you feel and what you eat and your weight and your hormones and your mind, and just feel like you're living your life fully, is going to thank you for signing up and saying yes. So don't delay. Drop me an email. I'll drop a link on with this as well for you to sign up, and you'll get an email with all the info. Payment plans are available. I've offered 6 months payment plans to a few people, and that is absolutely fabulous. We're going to be doing this over 7 weeks. So just whatever you need, don't let money be a factor. I really want you guys on board, and I just want to share the love. We're going to create a magical sisterhood. We're going to have our moon circles throughout the course as well. So we'll be welcoming other women in to our moon circles, but knowing that we're going to be in this beautiful container, this safe container, where you have full permission to be yourself and step into your potential, to be your fully wild, wonderful goddess that you are. So I'm going to end on that. Have a great Friday evening, guys, and a great weekend. And do drop me your comments. I love to hear from you. I feel like I'm talking to myself here. I can't wait to see you. And yeah, I love you all, and I'll see you all soon.